Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about how I totally screwed up 2012. Now, that's probably a bit of an overstatement or exaggeration, but I had to get your attention somehow. All right, now 2012 was a year of absolute craziness for me. My business changed drastically and my life changed drastically. I made more mistakes than I've ever made in a single year in my entire life. Now, I'm not whining or crying about that, I'm just stating facts. Now, because on the flip side, it's the year that I probably accomplished more and had more success than any other year of my life, except maybe the year that I was born, but I didn't have too much to do with that. Now, is that a coincidence? That's probably a whole separate video. I'm going to spend the remainder of the year talking about all the ways I screwed up in 2012 and what I'm doing differently in 2013, one every week. Does that sound good? Great. I know exactly where we should get started, and we're going to start with what is probably the biggest mistake, and I will probably say that about all of them, but that is consistency. I haven't put out consistent content for my tribe. I haven't consistently followed up on conversations. I haven't consistently followed my marketing plan. And see, the problem is that in this industry, there's simply no silver bullets. There's no magic formulas or blueprints. There's only consistency and persistency. Consistency and persistency are what gets you known and builds your tribe, period. I don't know if persistency is a word or not, but it rhymes with consistency, so it is a go. Now, I've been saying that all year, but not doing a damn thing about it. But it is now fixed. And here is how I have fixed that problem. I created an awesome streamlined process for creating and publishing content. It uses just a small amount of my time to get a considerable amount of content created for an entire week. Now, is this something you'd be interested in learning more about? If it is, leave a comment below and maybe I'll blog about it. Number 2, I've implemented a new and pretty awesome follow-up system for potential clients and partners. I had one before, but I found that when the number of people in the system got too large, it became really cumbersome and ultimately meant that it didn't get done. So now we're rocking it, so stand back. And if that's something you'd like to hear more about, leave me a comment below. Finally, I am no longer creating content that has to go out today. All content is going to be created at least a month in advance, and it's even going to be longer as the system gets more mature and robust. And this is going to allow for much better planning and execution. So the bottom line here is that consistency and persistency are absolutely key, and they're key in 2 major areas, and that's content and follow-up. Now, here's some really specific actions that you can take to ensure that you're doing things consistently in your expert business. Number 1, create a monthly topic to drill down into further in your content. For example, the final 45 days of content in 2012 for me are going to be all the things I screwed up in 2012 and how they're going to be different in 2013. So there's no thinking about what should I blog about this week, what should I put on Facebook, what should I email about. It's all done and decided. Number 2, put a robust follow-up system in place. It can be a simple Excel spreadsheet, Infusionsoft, or anything in between. The volume of people that we're moving through our follow-up process has gotten to be insane in my business, and it only works because it's so organized and streamlined, but it's totally okay to start small. Number 3, none of these things will work if you don't do them. So put it in the forefront of your head that your expert business will not succeed without consistency and persistency. Act like your business depends on it because it simply does. Look for another lesson learned next week. It is going to happen, no joke. I'll be back next week. Meanwhile, let me know, what are you going to do differently in 2013? Leave me a comment below and tell me how 2013 is going to be different than 2012 for you. Best always.